Question 21. Electricity provider A charges 25 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity, plus a fixed monthly charge of $40. Part A. Complete the table showing provider A's monthly charges for different levels of electricity usage. The question is asking us to complete this table, and to complete this table we need to find the value that's in this box here. And that's the monthly charge in dollars for 400 kilowatt hours of usage in that month. Now, since the monthly charge is in dollars, but the charge per kilowatt hour is quoted in cents, the first thing we need to do is to convert this rate into dollars per kilowatt hour in order to keep the units of measurement consistent. So 25 cents per kilowatt hour, if we divide that by 100, that's $0.25 per kilowatt hour. To find this value here, so that's the monthly charge in dollars, we take the number of kilowatt hours used, which is 400, multiply that by the rate, so that's the dollars per kilowatt hour, that's 0.25, which is this value here, and then we add on the fixed monthly charge of $40. So 400 times 0.25 plus 40 is equal to 140. So the monthly charge in dollars for 400 kilowatt hours used is 140. Part B. On the grid on the previous page, graph provider A's charges from the table in Part A. To graph provider A's charges on the grid, we treat the columns in this table of values as coordinates. So the first row represents the x coordinates and the second row represents the corresponding y coordinates. So the 3 points we need to plot are 0, 40, 400, 140 and 1000, 290. So on the grid, there's 0, 40, there's 400, 140, and there's 1000, 290. So if this is done correctly, if we place a ruler against those 3 points should line up, and then just draw a line through those 3 points. Don't forget to label which line is which. Part C. Use the two graphs to determine the number of kilowatt hours per month for which provider A and provider B charge the same amount. The break-even point represents the point where both provider A and provider B charge exactly the same amount for the amount of electricity used in that month. And in this case, the break-even point occurs at 400 kilowatt hours per month. So the correct answer is 400 kilowatt hours per month. Part D. A customer uses an average of 800 kilowatt hours per month. Which provider, A or B, would be the cheaper option and by how much? From the graph, a customer that uses 800 kilowatt hours will be charged $240 using provider A and $280 using provider B. So firstly, provider A is cheaper, and by how much? Well, it's the gap between these 2 points. So 280 minus 240 is equal to $40. Writing that down as our solution, here is a suggested solution. So from the graph, provider A is cheaper, and the saving is equal to 280 minus 240, which equals $40.